So I did the Analects by Confucius. Confucius was born in northeastern state of Lu, which is now known as Shandong province. He came from lower ranks of hereditary nobility, was born in 551 BC. His father died when he was 3, and his mother died when he was 23. He first started as a teacher, and then he began in politics in his 40s. Confucius believes that a perfect government is one that governs through rights and ethics. Confucianism is a philosophical and ethical teaching. It's not a religion because no gods or idols were worshipped. However, some practice it religiously. So the ethics of Confucianism are love for humanity, reverence for parents, ancestor worship, and harmony in thought and conduct. The Analects are set up in books, and each book has multiple verses that teach an idea or theory of Confucius, also considered to be a collection of sayings. The Analects were a compilation of sayings put together after Confucius passed away. This was used rather than abstract definitions of moral philosophy. So, Book 1:11, the Master said, "When the father is alive, watch the son's aspirations. When the father is dead, watch the son's actions. If 3 years later the son has not veered from the father's way, he may be called a dutiful son indeed." He is showing how the parent-child relationship is important and how a child will continue to follow in the parent's ways if they are obedient to their duties taught to them by their parents. Book 2:2. The 300 poems are summed up in one single phrase, "Think no evil." The poems are another name for the classic of poetry written by Confucius. One thing Confucius was trying to teach people was to not think of anything evil. 2:11. The Master said, "He who by reviving the old knows the new is fit to be a teacher." He is implying that the new is based on the old. If you can review the old to understand or learn the new, then you can be considered a teacher. Book 4:8. The Master said, "In the morning hear the way, in the evening die content." Confucius is teaching us to learn early on before it is too late to learn, and once all is said and done, we can die knowing we learned and grew as people. Book 14:24. The Master said, "In the old days, people studied to improve themselves. Now they study in order to impress others." Confucius is implying that we are no longer eager to learn. He's saying we study just to show that what we can do, rather than to better ourselves. Social philosophy. According to Confucius, a person with a well-cultivated sense of Ren would speak carefully and modestly, be resolute and firm, courageous, free from worry, unhappiness, and insecurity, moderate their desires and return to propriety, be respectful, tolerant, diligent, trustworthy, and kind, and love others. Confucius recognized his followers' disappointment that he would not give them a more comprehensive definition of Ren, but assured them that he was sharing all that he could. Good government consists in the ruler being a ruler, the minister being a minister, the father being a father, and the son being a son. Confucius believed that because the ruler was the model of character, that if he changed his ways, then his followers would change their ways in order to imitate him. So, the Analects is basically about humanity and goodness. The Analect speaks of the term Ren, which is interpreted as humanity or goodness, referring to an inner capacity by all to do good. Some see it as the best human attributes. A person possessing these traits has a superior moral character. The themes are charity, honesty, and uprightness. knowledge, faithfulness, and integrity, correct behavior and propriety, good manners, politeness, ceremony, and worship. So, core values of Confucius. It's a collection of sayings. Analects show light on people, concrete situations, and above all, the exemplary model of Confucius ideas. The Analects were made to depict Confucius thoughts and ideas rather than having systematic expositions of his ideas or abstract definitions of moral philosophy. His ideas were slightly contradictory because those who were eager needed to be held back, and those who were timid needed to be encouraged, according to Confucius. So everything we do in life is a ritual, like birthdays, mourning the death of a loved one, waking up every morning, going to bed every night. One is to perfect these rituals, and those who do so are considered to be a superior person. All of East Asia has been influenced by Confucius. China is setting up institutes all over the world to spread its language and culture. By doing so, they are trying to increase the collaboration with foreign academic institutions to help their soft power. This is referring to getting what you want by making it seem pleasing rather than by force. China is using Confucius ideas and philosophies and instituting them to change the way they are viewed globally. Confucius was impacted by these teachings and applied them to his own thoughts to change the world and the perspective of many. Confucius has impacted people all over the world and changed the perspective of many to this day. His teachings did not become popular until he passed away. Many people did not agree with Confucius and were ready for him to stop his teachings. Confucius was highly thought of by those in China. Some of his thoughts and ideas were so different that people could not or would not accept them. People are creatures of habit and do not like change, so they would refuse to accept his teachings. And that's all.